July from Ladakh. As we usher in our Leh motorbiking expedition from YHAI, we reached YHAI base camp at around 2 pm on day 1. From 1050 feet to 11,500 feet in mere 4 hours, we'll land you in hostel conditions. But thanks to the acclimatization process at the YHAI base camp, where you get at ease reception. At orientation process, we get the itinerary, all the necessary information which should be carried along the route. Our day 2 starts with bike allocation, the gears which we'll be carrying, and queuing up for the local sightseeing. In our batch, we were around 48 bikers on 25 bikes with tanks full of petrol and so does enthusiasm to win the mountain. Well, Leh is primarily a habitat of Ladakhi people and various establishments of Indian Army, such as Ladakh Scouts. The Leh airport is predominantly an Air Force base with little presence of civil aviation. The first stop of our sightseeing is Spituk Monastery, which was built in 11th century. We can get the first glimpse of Sindhu river which makes its way through Leh city. At the second stop, we reached the Sangam point where the holy Sindhu river and the Zanskar river amalgamates to unified stream of Sindhu river. It is the same Sindhu river through which our civilization, that is Hindu civilization, got its nomenclature. The Ladakh Valley is full of surprising elements, one of which is magnetic hills, which literally pulls stationary vehicles upwards due to its phenomenon of gravity. And you can feel it. Gurudwara Pathar Sahib, located on the Leh Kargil road. The Gurudwara, which was constructed in the memory and honor of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This place of worship is associated with a very important event in the history of Sikh religion. Post lunch, we head towards Shanti Stupa. We cruise through the beautiful city and its landscape to reach an iconic destination. Shanti Stupa, from which we get the complete view of the Leh city. On day 3, early hours, we get ready to head towards Pangong Tso Lake via Changla Pass. Here in Ladakh, every pass is called as La. So So it's like Changla, Khardungla, like so. Changla is one of the most challenging part of the expedition where we climbed from almost 11,000 feet from Leh to 17,800 feet in Changla. That too in just 180 to 200 minutes. That means in 3 to 4 hours. The road conditions here at the stretch of 35 kilometers were too extreme and we had to make it through. At such high altitudes, situation gets hostile in no longer time. Here, you need to feed your mind all the positivity you have and the motivation. Well, in that case, here you get all the abundance. Once you cross Changla, you will get to see all the beautiful panoramas around the route. Clear skies, huge rocky mountains and roads that literally leads you to the nirvana. Less people, more nature. Less chaos, more you. And you can see the better version of yourself. Pangong Tso. It is one of the most beautiful experiences I have ever had. The lake is huge and magnificent. When the sun shines on it, you cannot imagine the shades of the colors you can see in it. Shades of blue, turquoise, violet, purple and green. The surrounding mountains are stark and bare, providing a breathtaking contrast. The lake has to be seen to be believed. On day 4, we start from Man Camp at Pangong Tso to Nubra Valley, another 180 kilometers ride. The morning view of Pangong Tso is altogether different experience. The roads which leads to Nubra Valley are quite tough. You get challenging roads in between all the route. Around 80 kilometers near Galwan Valley, we stopped for lunch at the Crafters Barn where meeting with Rinchen was a delight. Get another challenge in between the route where major landslide compels whole road to change its contours. But hello, that's the beauty of mighty Himalayas. Driving whole day leads you to the breathtaking sand dunes at Handar in Nubra Valley. The view here is so magnificent that you fall completely for it. Hanging around the dunes and clicking some beautiful memories, and that's how we call it a day. Our day 5 starts quite early with another stupendous view of Himalaya range from our stay. As we embark our journey towards Khardungla, the first pass comes as Dixit Monastery, where largest statue of Maitreya Buddha is falling down towards Shok River. Once this gets over, our troop heads towards journey's most exciting destination, the Khardungla, at around 18,000 feet. The route towards Khardungla is not that troublesome as we already get acclimatized to the weather, and even at this height, the atmosphere doesn't make any adverse effect. The road construction is quite risky task in this terrain, and thanks to the Border Roads organization which creates world-class infrastructure at such height. Here you can enjoy snow too. Well, it is every rider's dream to go and conquer such a challenging pass that is Khardungla. The thrill here is quite evident. From Khardungla, we descend towards Leh city and it takes us around 4 pm the same day to reach out to our base camp. Post lunch, we head towards the Hall of Fame where beautiful museum of Ladakh Scouts, one of the infantry unit of Indian Army, is maintained. And returning back to our base camp calls it an end to our expedition. On day 7, we decide to visit few local places around the Leh, one of which is very close to our heart, that is Sindhu Ghat Darshan, which was originally conceptualized by Shri Advani ji during 1996. Along the route, a visit to Botanical Garden that is maintained by Leh Autonomous Hill Development Council. Later, the famous Rancho School and some snaps over there. Hemis Monastery is considered as bridge to the past and the present. Surprisingly, Hemis Monastery has the museum which has very rare treasure of ancient past that goes around 1000 years also. Stoke Palace has been a residence of Namgyal dynasty since independence and it has a heritage hotel too. After day-long sightseeing, we bump into local flea market, Mall Road, to do some street shopping. Day 8 came out to be an icing on the cake to a tour. Dad got to visit Hare Krishna temple after 23 long years. Back then it was the address for Ladakh area for RSS functionaries. Kamal ji, a local swimsuit, took us to Ladakh Kalyan Sangha, RSS Vibhag Karyalay, where we met with Shri Parmit ji, Vibhag Pracharak over here. After that, we had a brief visit to Leh Palace. From Leh Palace, we can have a very nice view of Leh Valley. After that, we went at Shri Funsuk Ladakhi's place, That's dear friend who we met after 23 years. There we got to meet His Excellency Sri Pempa Seningji, PM of Tibet. We got very warm reception at Funsukji's place. And after creating infinite memories and having experience of a lifetime, we call it our end of our tour. And they say it's a journey that matters over destination.